If you're trying to build your brand online, one of the biggest things that you really need to put your mind into is making sure that you have your staff or your employees invested in growing your social media platforms. Your social media platforms are a space for you to interact with customers, to share the kind of work that you're doing, and definitely to drive brand visibility. Now, incorporating your employees could do so many things for you in terms of driving your content, but also making sure that you gain the trust of your customers and many more. In today's video, I want us to discuss how it can be helpful for you to incorporate or involve your employees in your social media content creation. Firstly, your employees understand your product very well, and they can be able to give customers a first-hand experience from someone who understands the product, someone who has used the product, and someone who's always interacting with the product. It may be very difficult for people to trust you alone when you're always talking about your product, because anyone who makes a product is definitely going to market it. So there's no brainer there. However, when other people are speaking about your brand online, it gets more eyes to be interested into what you are selling online, because then people are questioning themselves, what is this about? I see more and more people talking about it. When it's only your page talking about it, that's only one. When you have, let's say, 20 employees and all of them can be able to talk about that product, it gets more people interested and it gets them to trust the content that you're putting out there even more. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have 20 employees and they're all posting content about the kind of work that you're doing, 20 people, imagine if each person had a network of 1,000 people. So 1,000 times 20, that's a whole lot of people. The difference is if you're only posting on your social media account, the company social media account, you will have few eyes on you. So it means even in terms of returns, in terms of, like people purchasing your product or adopting a service that you're selling, there'll be fewer people who are adopting it. But if more and more people can be able to talk about it, then you've grown your network like a whole lot, and more people are seeing the content that you're selling, which means you have more potential customers who could come and be able to support your brand online. One of the biggest challenges when you're creating content is finding new ideas. If it's just by yourself, you're going to constantly go in a state of creative block. Your employees are interacting with businesses online, so they're picking up on tips, they're picking up on perceptions on how people are consuming content online, and this information is going to be very helpful to feed into the content that you're planning to create for your platforms. So engage them as much as possible, get to know what they are consuming out there, what new stuff are they looking at, what pages are they drawing motivation from, and use this information to drive the content that you're creating. So if you have more and more people working with you on the content creation side, then it's going to be easy for you to be very consistent in updating your socials online. Because if you don't have very many ideas, it means you're not going to be posting a lot. So also the engagement is going to go down. It will be like, a fluctuating curve. But if you can consistently have new ideas and put out new stuff all the time, then definitely you're going to keep people glued onto your page and you're going to have tons of engagement. How you translate that engagement is going to be always up to you, but it's always good to have more and more people interacting with your content online. You engage your employees when it comes to creating content, and then also in terms of the updates you're putting out there's a way it brings about a sense of job satisfaction, because they get to see themselves online, they get to see themselves being celebrated and appreciated online. If your employees are part of an activity and you're posting them and you're showing them so much love online, then it means it also helps them to feel like they're part of something, they're part of something that is making an impact, and that is going to increase their job satisfaction. Also, it helps them to become a little bit more aware of themselves, because sometimes it's good to see yourself in pictures or in video if you are talking to people, they get a little bit more self-aware because they analyze what they were saying. If they want to improve on it, then they want to work even better on it because they feel like, okay, people go to me talk about this topic, I think it was really good, but I would like to also show this other side. Maybe I would also like to improve. So it is a very good way to increase the awareness of the people that you're working with. Give an equal opportunity to each and everyone to feature online, get them involved in activities where they can express themselves and they can see themselves being celebrated online. You will see how far it will go. And lastly, having your employees featured on social media and having them really involved in your social media content creation is that they're going to be noticed by people in their industry and their network is going to grow. Now, for some people, I know they don't want that type of exposure because then they feel like they're going to constantly expose their, like good stuff to the industry and then they're going to get stolen. That is always a risk that you're going to have to, like you can't avoid it. Whether you hide them, whether you do what, you can't avoid that. If someone wants to move, they will move. But it's always nice for people to recognize experts that you're working with because then it also adds value onto your business. It adds value onto your brand. So put them out there. You will see that you'll have more and more experts reaching out and wanting to work or collaborate with your employees and eventually with your business. So it's a full circle thing. Speaking about brands and speaking about collaboration, when you have more and more people sharing your content and speaking about the work that you do, you're definitely going to attract like-minded people who are going to come and also want to work with your business. So just know that every piece of information you're putting out there for people to see, for people to interact with, it has the potential to attract someone who is going to want to collaborate, buy, or even contribute ideas for your next product or service. So there's so many ways you can benefit, and like the saying goes, there is power in numbers. So use the numbers as much as you can. Anyone who you can engage to really distribute your content, trust me, the more the merrier. So I hope you think about this the next time you're creating content for your business or for your organization, and I hope this content was helpful for you. If you found value in this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and leave us a comment because definitely there is so much more stuff that we can learn and we can even learn from you. So leave us a comment, let us know how can we involve our employees in our content creation. Well, thank you for watching. Until the next video.